8 points of force damage.
Nice. So after you take the clocked twice in the face by this broom, you pull back your weapon, and how do you want to do this?
7, 15.
15. How do you want to do this?
10 times 2.
I saw the one figured out it was one.
2.
How do you want to do this?
I'm gonna fuck the rug.
So we have 1. Okay, alright, that's fine. 9 damage.
9 damage. How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this? This is the last of these particular creatures. How do you want to do this?
Duggar's still standing?
Duggar's still standing.
He's,
And that's got to end my turn.
how do you want to do this?
Wow. 33, and then 42 points.
How do you want to do this?
9 additional lightning points.
How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this?
You're not sure when you double your dice.
Oh, so 32?
How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this?
Another 16 points of damage, and he has to make another strength save.
Yes.
How do you want to do this?
There it is. Oh, shit.
There we go. 10, 16, 18, 28 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Superiority die, pushing attack. 15 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Another 10 for 15 damage.
How do you want to do
Yes.
this? On both of them. I mean, yeah. How do you want to do this?
Shit. 15 for the first one. Shut up. 13 for the second one. 7 for the last one.
How do you want to do this?
Jeez Louise.
It's 6 points plus the 10 that I absorbed.
16 points of damage?
16 points of damage.
Hell yeah. How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this?
Oh!
How do you want to do this?
18 points of damage.
18 points of damage? How do you want to do this?
9 points of fire damage.
9 points of fire damage. How do you want to do this?
Oh, let's go! Electric guard!
There we go. Max damage! Max damage! So 5 is 11, plus 4 is 15.
15 points of damage? Okay. How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this?
14 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
12 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Awesome. Yeah, that is 13 damage.
How do you want to do this?
16 for that one.
How do you want to do this? How do you want to do
Do it! Let's roll! Let's clean up through! 6, 14, plus 4.
18.
That one.
How do you want to do this?
Amazing.
79.
79 damage. FCG, how do you want to do this?
37.
37. How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this?
7, 8, 16 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
6 points of damage.
6 points of fire damage.
God, that was such a shitty.
Fern, how do you want to do this?
19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
Oh my god.
That is 15 points.
You're not gonna be unconscious?
I'm unconscious.
Okay. Fern, how do you want to do this?
Do. Okay.
10 points of damage. One last strength save to beat an 18.
How do you want to do this?
So it's
15 more points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
I want to get a 16 points of damage.
How do you want to do this? But that's going to hit with a 25.
Gonna pump in his last spell slot. Not quite as much smite damage, but definitely a decent amount.
Come on, Devin.
That's slick. Okay.
How do you want to do this? Maybe the audience should say it. Audience.
Says it. The audience says it.
How do I want to do this?
13 points of damage. 3 of those are fire.
Great. How do you want to do this?
31, 33 points of fire, of lightning damage.
How do you want to do this?
No! Oh!
All right, that's 12 points of damage.
Asha, how do you want to do this?
So,
Get it.
How do you want to do this?
oh!
2 plus 29.
How do you want to do this?
19 total.
19. How do you want to do this?
15 doubled.
38.
So 38.
How do you want to do this?
Quietly.
Quietly.
28 on the first one. Because that's the correct.
How do you guys want to do this?
Yeah. 14 points of damage.
How do you want to do this? However, how do you want to do this?
Oh!
How do you want to do this?
You shouldn't have fucking stunned me, mother.
Ashton, how do you want to do this?
Yeah! 23 points of slashing damage on the second.
Grog, how do you want to do this?
33 total. 6 of those are necrotic.
How do you want to do this? So after Unleash its attacks on you, how do you want to do this? How do you want to do this?
Get him!
How do you want to do this?
Hey, welcome back, bitch.
How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this? 9 damage. How do you want to do this?
Oh, nice.
Caleb drags a lodestone up his arm and fires a ray of
he does.
disintegration at the other one. It is stunned. It fails. Dex saves.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, baby.
71 points of force damage.
Oh!
Caleb would have guessed. How do you want to do this to the Weave Mine?
Okay, then one more. Another 7.
Another 7?
Yeah,
How
25.
do you want to do this?
16 points of slashing, 5 of which are lightning.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah!
6.
19
19
points of damage. That's
All
really
right.
shitty.
How do you want to do this? They were both on the edge. Yeah.
Okay. 83
Fuck, yes.
points of necrotic damage, I think. Nice. Please kill him. Please.
How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this?
32 for that.
Well, Orem, Savior Blade of the Tempest. Warrior of Zephyr. How do you want to do this?
Yes.
It's the old softball burner right at its dome.
Yeah. How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this?
Only got like 5.
11 points of slashing damage.
How do you want to do this?
Another 7.
22.
22.
points. How do you want to do this?
Oh my god. Amazing.
58, because I crit. And then I say again, how's that for a field test?
So,
You nailed it.
how do you want to do this?
For 17.
How do you want to do this? As you kind of hold it off and then take that second strike with the blade, how do you want to do this?
Oh, I didn't plan on that.
And then go ahead and double that number and add your. So that's 4 damage plus
4 plus 3, 7.
7 points of damage.
Your 8's went.
How do you want to do this?
how about the two of you tell me how you want to do this?
36.
36.
36 points of necrotic damage. How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this? Well, Laudna, how do you want to do this? That brings us to Imogen.
Let's go.
Come on.
Let's go.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
I want to get up on my hands and knees. And as I start to rise up, I look down and I look at my hand and I see the ring that the Archar gave me.
It's time.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
The Ring of Remembrance. Yes. So, as an action, I can activate the arcane power within this band.
It's an Abubakar special.
If I roll, I'm gonna roll a d20, and if I roll above my current hit points, then I cast Meteor Swarm.
Whoa! Are you serious?
But if I cast below it, I'm fucking dead.
Like,
What?
dead?
I take 20 d6 fire and 20 d6 bludgeoning against myself.
Oh, my. Can I just say
How many hit points do you have left?
how in love with you I am?
I have 3 hit points.
Okay, so you have to roll a 4 or higher.
Oh boy.
Everybody put a hand on.
You know what?
Put a hand on Imogen.
very-
Put a hand on Imogen.
Well, that's a weird.
12!
So that's going to be 74. 80 is doubled. So it's 160 plus 74, 234 points of damage. Imogen Timold, how do you want to do